morning, everyone. It's Mike and Cindy Haley. We're greeting you from Botswana. This morning, we just finished church. It's 10:30 and it's already blazing hot. This is life in Botswana. And we had to have a bit of an abbreviated service this morning because we're on our new property, but we're meeting in shade shelters and just kind of improvising. That's our makeshift tabernacle this morning. Amen. And just wanted to give you an update that we are situated on the property. Today was our first day, but we're still in the building process. We had some complications this week that we'll tell you a little bit about a little later in the video. But we are situated here. We are having services here now. We had a wonderful day today in spite of some COVID restrictions that the government just reimposed. And we had first-time visitors today. And it's just been a great day. And we appreciate your faithfulness to us, to the Lord's work, to all that God's doing here in Botswana. And I'm going to greet you again a little later in the video from my house where I can speak a little more freely about some of the challenges that we faced here and how God has answered prayer in miraculous ways. Well, as we said earlier, we had some opposition to our building project. You know, one of the great preachers of old said the door of opportunity swings on the hinges of opposition. And we found that to be true. Here in Botswana, because our plot is deemed a residential plot, we actually did not have to get building plans and engineer all of that to build what's considered a shed, is their term, a temporary structure. But we got to building the structure and doing everything the way we were supposed to. And then unfortunately, one of the neighbors who actually wanted to buy that property, he's a Hindu man, and he's associated with the Hindu temple that's right down the road from us. Well, they didn't want a church going in that area, and to try to thwart that, they tried to buy out the property from Mr. Simon. They actually offered him, Mr. Simon paid about $165,000 equivalent for that property. They actually offered him over $200,000 to buy it out from under us, trying to buy the property and subvert there being a church there. But God intervened. Mr. Simon's character is such that he said, "I would rather die and go to hell," his exact words, than break his promise to the church and sell the property out from under us. This is what he told the man trying to buy the property. And then the man, because he could not win that way, he went to the government and he reported this. He said what we were doing was illegal. The government came, they looked, we had to get an engineer involved. Long story short, God has given us favor with the neighbors, but we're still in this process now of having to get a building permit, which we were never supposed to have to get to begin with. But unfortunately, now that this has gone to this level, we're getting a building permit just to satisfy the government, just to appease everybody involved. Of course, that's added expense to the tune of about $3,000 of added expense, which, you know, you always run into those things. But we just wanted to let you know that God is blessing. We're prevailing. The structure's being built. The project's almost done. We just ask you to pray that we'd get this permit and that the work of the Lord would continue, and we'll be able to get across the finish line and have a beautiful place to worship.